hear them a shout out reality check.
Welcome to the brand new channel Reality Check, where we check out the real situations. The situation right now is that the world is in a battle against COVID-19, the coronavirus that has claimed the lives of many and infected over 2 million people globally. Jamaica is currently locked in its own fight with the virus, with 233 confirmed cases and 6 deaths related to COVID-19 as of April 22nd, that is today. Now, the government has put several measures in place to curtail the spread. One of the measures is to close schools until at least May 31st, 2020, and schools have been closed in Jamaica since March 13th, thereabout, so they have extended the closure of schools until May 31st, 2020. Now, this means that children will be at home and pretty much going through homeschooling and relying heavily on the internet for lessons. But not every child will have the internet, especially those in rural areas. Well, guess what? In comes in a knight in shining armor, or a knight on a bike. When you see him on a bike, and a pizza I'm come to deliver, but food for thought. Karen King, who is the principal of Little Bay Primary and Infant School in Westmoreland, is using bike taxis to drop off and pick up assignments to keep his students learning while at home. The 32-year-old principal says he and his staff are ensuring that no child is left out of teaching and learning under the pick up and drop off initiative. And this is how the initiative works. This is a direct quotation from the principal himself. Speaking about the initiative, he says, "We take our school register with us with each delivery. We mark the children present as we would for school. So at least once per week, I will jump on a bike and go through the bushes to the places where you cannot travel to using a car." So he goes on the bike taxis, and he says, "I have lived in the community for more than a year, so I know where the most of my students are located." The students were a bit surprised and happy to see us because they are not expecting us to show up with schoolwork. Trust me, this in itself is a very, very, very good initiative, and it shows that he's proactive. He's very creative in his thought and his desire to have his students learning amid this crisis, and it's an initiative that has been recognized by UNICEF Jamaica, which first shared the story through its COVID-19 diaries. And it takes a lot of commitment to the education system and to the students overall to be doing this, and it is commendable, and I hope that the government can really and truly highlight his work, because amid the COVID-19 scare, all we hear is sad stories, how many people dying, how many getting infected. There's no vaccine for the next 18 months or so. So when we see this story, we definitely have to give kudos and praise for it, because education and the world as a whole must go on, but education for the children must go on as well. And basically, this is an interview he did with the Jamaica Star, and he said that he and his staff had a discussion and they came up with the idea because they know that for most of the persons, they wouldn't be able, or the kids wouldn't be able to have access to the internet, while there's a significant portion of them will be at home. Now, he then told his staff that they would be picking up and creating a pick up and drop off point as it relates to assignments for the kids. So they partnered with the Ministry of Education. So clearly the government to some extent is involved with this, and that is good. And they have partnered with the Ministry of Education and with Rock House Foundation, and they have been very helpful in getting the work material printed out and so on. So he has even gone further to be working with a few high schools. He said that he has created work for them and communicated with their parents and then give it to them. And he says that all of the children, they're feeling really happy because they wrapped up their little packages and put their pencils in there with their names. So clearly he's using this wrapping up pencils with names as a means of appealing to the students and give them that level of excitement, and want them to learn. So it's a very good initiative, And it's good to see that someone is thinking outside of the box, because it is easy for us to just be saying that, listen, we're upon a lockdown, so there's nothing we can do more than we're gonna just sit and relax and watch Netflix and chill. But this man at a young age, too, at a principal of he's 32 years old, and it's good to see that we have young leaders, because a principal really is a leader. We're good to see that we have young leaders stepping up to the plate and providing a very crucial service. This service is even as essential as the healthcare workers, if you ask me. Not comparing to say that, listen, is more important, but as an educator and a public sector worker, he has a role to play, and he's doing it very well. And to see that even the bike taxis, don't know if they're charging, but if it's a taxi I would assume that they're charging. But to give credit to them as well for stepping up to the plate, because even them, they're putting themselves at risk as well with the virus, but they are doing it for a worthy cause. So big up every bike taxi operator in Westmoreland. Under normal circumstances, bike taxis are questionable and come under a lot of scrutiny from time to time, but at least with this initiative we can say that it is worthwhile. So just keep up the good work. So big up again Karen King, who is the principal of Little Bay Primary and Infant School in Westmoreland, using bike taxis to deliver lessons for his students. In the long run, the students won't be missing out a lot, and I hope that others can take some form of encouragement and motivation from this and do something similar, or the same, or come up with ideas that will definitely be positive and help the kids learn, because at some point school would reopen, and we don't want them to be at a disadvantage or way back in their syllabuses and learning curriculum. So big up to Karen King and all the staff at Little Bay Primary and Infant School in Westmoreland, and also to the parents and students who are part of this initiative. And as I said before, big up to the bike taxi man, them were forward on the mission, and I help this principal, very young principal, to accomplish this mission. So please leave a comment what you think about this, what you think about the good initiative. Should the government give him some recognition? So leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and look out for more updates on videos coming out soon. Bless up, love, and respect.
Me hear them a shout out reality check. Dark can't see me from me reality check.